Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. Today we are going to be talking about my mid-year inventory. This is kind of a first for my channel. I've never really talked about a mid-year inventory before for a couple reasons. The main one being that I am a very slow project planner, and a lot of times halfway through the year I don't have a lot to talk about. There hasn't been enough change for me to come up here and talk about how things are different, because there's little to no difference in so many categories. And that is the case today for some categories, but I actually do have a lot of progress in enough categories that I felt it was worth it to justify filming a video. Also, I had several requests from a couple of you guys, and so here you go. For those of you that requested this mid-year inventory, I hope you enjoy it. This could be long. I'm not sure if this is gonna end up being 2 videos or 1. We'll see how long I talk. But basically, I have created 4 pages of lists. I haven't pulled out all my items and done like pictures of them like I do in January. I cannot do that mid-year. It's hard enough to do it once a year, but I have gone through my inventory and looked at what I had in January, what I have now, what I finished, did I buy anything, what was my goal, and how many items am I currently working on. Now, I'm not big on setting goals as far as a set number of products I intend to finish. If you guys follow Jessica Lee, she's always really good about that. She sets goals and she talks about how close she is towards achieving that goal. I know other project planners do that too. My feeling is more like, I'm gonna work on it, and if I finish it, I finish it, and if I don't, I don't. So I don't really set goals for finishing a certain amount of items by mid-year and end of year. But as I'm setting up my projects in January for the year, I do pull items that I would like to finish. So I guess those items are my goals for the year to finish them, because I put them in a project, right? So that's kind of what I did as far as what my goal was. If I put them in a project for the year, or if I've put them in a project since the start of this year, I guess my goal was to finish them, unless I never had a goal to finish them. I don't know. Hopefully you know what I mean. But we got to get going because there's a lot to talk about. So let's start with skincare, because it might not be the most interesting category for most of you, but it's the one that I always have the most progress in. So let's start there. So the first category that we're going to talk about is body wash, and in January I still had 13 body washes. My ultimate goal is to get down to 0. I do not want to have any body washes whatsoever. I am currently at 11, which means I finished 2 off. I obviously did not buy any more, nor did I receive any as gifts, so that's good. My goal for the year is to finish 3 body washes, and I think that's very achievable. I think it's definitely gonna happen. I'm actually so confident that I'm gonna hit that goal that I've started working on another body wash to make progress on it so that I could finish it next year. So I'm very confident I will hit my goal of 3 body washes by the end of this year. I'm not too worried about it, so that's really good. I will probably be down to 10 by next year. The next category is body scrubs, and I am on the struggle bus when it comes to body scrubs. The good news is I only had 2 in January, and I still only have 2. I have not finished any. My goal was to finish 1 this year and be down to 1 next year. Something is going to have to change for me to achieve that goal, because I'm not really working on that body scrub at all. It's sitting in my shower. I give it the side eye every single morning, but I'm not using it. It's a very greasy body scrub, and right now it is really humid outside, and the last thing I want to do is put on a body scrub that makes me feel greasy. A lot of you guys have given me tips, and hopefully once summer's over and it starts to cool down again, I'll be slathering my whole body with it, but I'm not using it at all right now. The next category is body powder. I had 4 in January and I'm down to 3. I'm not really working on these actively as far as putting them in projects, because it's really hard to measure progress on a body powder, but I am using them every single day. And so I'm really happy to have finished 1 this year. The one that I'm working on was very, very, very full when I started working on it, and I would say it's about half gone. So it's possible I might be able to finish that by the end of the year and have 2 empties for body powders and be down to just 2 body powders. We'll see. And of course, I haven't purchased any body powders. My ultimate goal is to eliminate that category altogether and have no body powders. Same thing for the body scrubs. My goal is to get rid of body scrubs altogether too. There's nothing really that a body scrub can do for me that a good loofah and a bar of soap can't do. So I'm going to eliminate that category altogether as well. Okay, another difficult category for me is body butters. I had 5 at the beginning of the year. I still have 5. I have 1 in a project and I'm not really working on it right now. I'm hoping to start working on it very, very soon within the next month. And hopefully I'll be able to finish it by the end of the year. That would be my goal, but I have not achieved that goal and I'm still at 5. But I haven't purchased any, and my goal is to eliminate body butters altogether. I don't think I need something as heavy as a body butter. I think just a regular body lotion will suffice, at least for now, until my body lotion numbers get down. Okay, let's talk about body lotions. So typically my body lotions take 3 posts in my January inventory. So these numbers are all 3 posts combined, but I had 55 body lotions at January's update. Now that includes little sample sizes, like, you know, the kind of thing you might pick up at a hotel, and full size. So a lot of those are smaller. They're not 55 full size body lotions, but I had 55 lotions and I am down to 53. Both the lotions I've finished so far this year were sample size, so small. My goal is to finish 3 full size body lotions and 5 small lotions by the end of this year. It seems a little bit lofty. Currently, I'm working on 2 full size and 1 sample size body lotion. I got my hands full. I got my hands full with lotion. If I don't feel dry, I don't put it on. Sometimes I'll put some body lotion on my arms after I get out of the shower. But I'm not consistent about using body lotion at all. I do not consider myself to have dry skin. I have way too many lotions. I gotta get the numbers down. We'll see where I'm at by the end of this year. As far as body lotion goes, I do always see myself needing a body lotion in my life. Definitely not 50 something. I think 1, maybe 2 body lotions would be an appropriate amount of body lotions. This is ridiculous. It's completely out of hand. But I do always see myself having a reasonable amount of body lotions. The next category I call hand care. That includes hand scrubs, hand lotions. Yeah, that's it. Hand creams, hand lotions, and hand scrubs are all in that category. I had 11 in January. I still have 11. There's one that I was using in my purse that I carried around with me, and it is so close to being gone, but I haven't used it in months. I haven't needed a hand lotion since like April. So it's still in the car. And I do think I'll be able to finish it before the end of this year, but I'm not currently working on any hand lotions. I don't have any in a project. I could definitely see myself always having 1 hand lotion, but 11 is way too many. I do also have 1 hand scrub that I would love to finish by the end of this year. We'll see. Like I said, summer's not a time where I need to give my hands extra attention. My hands literally look 10 years younger in the summer than they do in the winter. It's amazing. I don't need to do anything in the summer to protect my hands or to care for them. So that category is at a standstill right now, but hopefully I will have 2 empties by December. The next category would be foot care. In that category, I have foot lotions, shoe powders, and I do have like a foot soak that I haven't touched in years. This is a category that I would like to eliminate entirely. I don't see a need for any of these products in my life, in my routine. I'm more just using them up to move them out. And I'm happy to say that I was at 7 in January and now I'm down to 5. I finished 1 foot lotion and 1 foot powder. And after I finished those 2 items, I basically haven't worked on anything since. I do have a foot powder in my bathroom that I stare at every once in a while. I do have a foot lotion by my bed that I stare at every once in a while, but I'm not using either items consistently because they're not in projects. And if it's not in a project, I don't use it. Okay, the next category is face wash. This is an interesting category because I've actually bought something new in this category. Everything else we've talked about so far, I've not bought anything of, but I did buy face washes. I actually bought 3 face washes. So at the beginning of this year in January, I was at 7 and now I'm at 6, but I used up 4 of the face washes I had in January. So I bought 3, I restocked my stash. I'm working on 2. I always keep 1 face wash at my bathroom sink and 1 in the shower. So I need at least 2 at a time. I'd like to have a backup because you never know when you're gonna run out. And there was a Sephora sale and I decided to stock up on face wash at the Sephora sale this past spring because I had a $100 gift certificate that I wanted to spend. I'm trying not to hoard gift certificates. That's a whole nother video. I'm a gift certificate hoarder. I have like $100 in Toys R Us gift certificates that are complete garbage now because Toys R Us went under, and so I'm trying not to hoard gift certificates. So I wanted to spend this Sephora gift certificate and I didn't want to buy makeup. So I stocked up on face wash, which is a category I actually use and I'm going through. So that's why I'm only down by 1. I think it was a smart move though. At least I hope it was. Next is face scrubs. This is another category that I don't see myself eliminating completely. I like to have a face scrub. I currently have 1 in the shower and that's when I use it. In January, I had 8 and now I have 6. I have not bought any. So I've finished 2 and I'm currently working on the one that's in the shower. The next category is oil cleansers. In that would be like the Clinique Take the Day Off. I don't currently have that. I do have a Neutrogena one and one from a K beauty brand that I received for review purposes. And of course, my Pond's cold cream. That's the one I'm currently working on. It's taking forever. I just use a little bit every night to loosen up my mascara and eyeliner. And that's it. So it's taking forever. So I had 3 in January. I still have 3. I do think I'm going to finish the Pond's cold cream this year. So that's my goal, is to finish 1, but I haven't done it yet. I have not bought any new face cleansers or oil cleansers, but I do see myself always having 1 oil cleanser in my stash. Like I said, I use waterproof mascara and some pretty heavy duty eyeliners. So I do like to have them in my stash and I always see myself having 1. But hopefully the Pond's cold cream will be finished by December. Okay, next is another difficult category for me. It's face masks. I talk about it all the time. I'm horrible at using face masks. I was at 14 in January and I did finish 1. It was one of those tiny itty bitty samples, but I did finish it. So I'm down to 13. I would like to finish the mask that I'm currently working on. Plus I have like a small size sample mask, so I'd like to finish those 2 masks by the end of this year. We'll see. If I can do that, it'll be a miracle. To get 3 masks out of my stash by the end of this year would be amazing, even if 2 of them are super small samples. We will see, but I have not purchased any masks, and this is, again, a category that I think I can eliminate completely. There is not a whole lot that I feel like a mask does for me. Eventually, I might start getting into hydrating masks, especially for the winter, but right now, I would just be happy to have no masks. It's not something like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine my life without a face mask. No, I can totally imagine my life without a face mask. It's not that hard. Okay, next is Micellar Water. I had 1 in January. I still have 1. It's about half gone now. I really like Micellar Water. It does a good job of removing whatever mascara and eyeliner is still left on my face after I've oil cleansed, after I've washed my face with soap or a face wash. Then I take a little bit of Micellar Water on a cotton round and get the last of it off. However, once this bottle is gone, I'm not going to be rebuying it because there's a recipe that I found on YouTube for eye makeup remover using Johnson's baby oil and Johnson's baby shampoo that works amazing. And I still have both of those products in my stash, so I'm just going to switch to that recipe again once the Micellar Water's gone. So I'm not going to be replacing that item either. The next category is my acne treatments. I had 3 in January. I still have 3. I consider it a positive that I haven't had to use any of them up because luckily my skin has been pretty well behaving itself. I mean, I'm 42. It should be behaving itself, but I know some people struggle with acne no matter what their age is, so I consider myself lucky. I have no goal to use any of them up, but when I need them, I use them, and when I don't need them, I don't use them. I don't plan on putting them in the project. I will probably always have one acne product in my stash just in case when hormones get out of control, but when I use them up, I'll use them up and get the numbers down. All right, the next category is serums. This might be my ultimate most successful category out of everything I'm going to be talking about in this video. I had 6 at the beginning of this year and I'm down to 1, and I used up 6 serums. So all 6 that were in my inventory picture in January, they're all gone. I used all 6 of those up. I had to buy one. And it was an amazing feeling to buy a beauty product because I needed it. And the timing worked out really well. I bought that during the Sephora VIB sale as well. And I bought it, and like a week later, I ran out of the one I was using. The timing was perfect. It felt really good. Like, this is how it's supposed to be. You don't have to buy things and hoard them and have them go bad in your, office and feel guilty about the space you're taking with all the stuff you don't really need. It was pretty cool. So I did buy one, and I'm working on that one now. It's from The Ordinary. The next category is eye creams. I had 3 at the beginning of the year, and I've used up 1, but I bought one, so I'm still at 3. I'm currently working on one eye cream. It's a little bit more than halfway gone. I think it'll be finished before the end of the year, and then I'll have 2 eye creams out, and I'll have 2 left in my stash. One of the eye creams I do have still is a little drunk elephant sample. I don't think it's gonna last very long. So I'll have 1 full size and 1 little drunk elephant sample once the one I'm currently working on is gone. Okay, the next category is my moisturizers that contain SPF, which means those are the moisturizers I put on during the day. I wear them every single day, but only in the morning. I had 4 of them in January, and I am down to 3. I am so close to finishing one more. It's sputtering out, but it's still hanging on. So I have not bought any new ones, but I think I will be down to just 2 moisturizers with SPF by the end of the year. Currently though, I am at 3. This is a category I will always need. I will always have a moisturizer with SPF for the rest of my life. And so I would like to just have maybe 2 at a time, one that I'm using plus a backup, and that's it. Okay, next are face moisturizers that do not have SPF. This is a tricky category for me because I have a hard time fitting them into my routine. I like to wear moisturizers with SPF during the day, and I like to wear moisturizers that are specifically designated for nighttime moisturizing at night. So there's really no room left for moisturizers that do not have SPF but aren't specifically labeled for nighttime. That being said, I want to eliminate this category completely and just have either moisturizers with SPF or nighttime moisturizers in my stash. In January, I was at 13, and I'm still at 13, but I have put a couple of smaller size moisturizers, like deluxe samples, into projects, and hopefully they'll be finished by the end of the year. I have not bought any new ones. Obviously, I want to eliminate that category completely, and hopefully it'll be down a little bit by January. The next category is the nighttime moisturizers. I've been working on one all year long, but I haven't finished it yet. So I was at 5 at January, and I'm still at 5 now. Hopefully that one will be finished by the end of the year. The next category is chemical peels. This is not something I'm actively trying to use up. I had 2 in January, I still have 2. One of them are the packets from Dr. Dennis Gross, and it's newer. The other one is older. I actually would like to finish the older one up by the end of the year, but I haven't really been working on it, so we'll see. The next category is face oils. I had 5 in January, and I'm down to 4 now. I finished one, and I'm working on another one, which is the Physicians Formula Argan Oil. So hopefully I will have 2 empties by the end of the year. But so far I've gone from 5 to 4. Okay, the next category is one that I call mattifiers. I have 2 products in this category. One is like a liquid mattifier, and the other one is a pack of blotting papers. I am hoping to finish the liquid mattifier this year. That would be so amazing. And then I'll just have the blotting papers. I don't mind carrying those around in my purse. I usually use a couple every year. Probably won't this year because, well, it all depends on if I go back to work in September, but I'll probably use a few in September, but I'm not too worried about the blotting papers. I'm not worried about them going bad or anything like that. So if I keep the blotting papers, I'm fine with it, but I would love to finish that liquid mattifier before the end of the year, and it is in my graveyard project pan right now. That is it for skincare. Whew. Yeah, this is gonna be 2 videos. Okay, I've already been talking for 29 minutes. So I think we're gonna wrap up this part of my inventory, and I will do makeup in a separate video next. Stay tuned for my makeup inventory, which should be coming up tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. It would mean a lot, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.